Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another Tarot Tea Time for In the Cards and Stars. This is a live podcast episode. Today's a big day, you guys. Hi, Penny D. Welcome. How's it going, guys? Okay, so this episode, I was like working on it earlier, and I was just like, you know what? Today is the Gemini New Moon. It is a really big deal. We have a lot of positive things happening. So I thought, why don't we just do this together? Gemini is all about communication and hanging out with your friends and a little bit of gossip. So, why not live stream? So this was kind of an impromptu thing, but I just thought it'd be more fun to do it together than me just record by myself. So I'm so excited that some of you guys are showing up. Hey, Sage Moon. Welcome. How's everybody feeling today? Do we feel the Gemini new moon energy yet? It is very positive. The energy today and tomorrow is like extra, extra positive. I'm pull out my little calendar here and just tell you guys a couple things happening. So this new moon is at 6 degrees Gemini, so affecting all of the Gemini houses in our birth charts. And then, of course, we also had Mercury move into Gemini today. So that's like Gemini in its home while having a new moon. You guys, this is so positive for clear thinking, communication, friendship, starting new projects, anything that has to do with communicating with other people, getting things done, planning, and having that mental sharpness that Mercury is known for. That's what we do. So, guys, it's a really good time. The next 2 weeks are especially crucial for us to use those problem solving skills. We can really make major, major progress in our lives like today and the 2 weeks that follow. So I was excited to hear about that, especially with Saturn leaving Pisces. This is kind of another layer of the fog lifting from our lives and us getting clarity and feeling motivated. So that's good. And then tomorrow we actually have Mercury in Gemini trine Pluto in Aquarius. That's going to be exact. So tomorrow is like really the day to, prepare that presentation, give the presentation if you can, make the phone call, send the email. It is a really, really good day to get clarity in your communication and to just do it. Just use that Saturn and Aries energy and just make it happen. You'll be happy with the way that it turns out. You're going to get those answers. So, yeah, really positive. Penny D says a lot more energy. Love that. Love that. Sage, how about you? How are you feeling? Yes, it's Gemini new moon. Yay. So, okay, before we spill some celeb tea, I thought it was really fun pulling a card for everybody who was here last time. So, if anybody wants a card pulled, if you haven't already popped up in the chat, just say hello and I'll pull a card for you. But Sage and Penny, why don't I pull let's keep it fun, let's keep it light. Let's do a Britney Spears oracle card for the Gemini new moon because that is what this is about. It's just this light and breezy, fun energy. I was thinking about the Gemini, like celebrities that we know of. And one that came to mind that is just like the most Gemini energy of all. She is I believe, a Taurus sun, but like everything else is Gemini, Gemini midheaven. I believe Mercury in Gemini is Trisha Paytas. I've talked to you guys about her before. She has the Just Trish podcast. Yeah, Mercury, Venus, Chiron and Midheaven all in Gemini. And I'm actually going to be seeing her. She comes to Kansas City this Thursday, the 29th. So I'm so excited to go see her. And she's just the perfect example of a Gemini. She even broke the world record for fast talking. I mean, astrology in the wild moment. And then the dark side of Gemini, who I put on the thumbnail, is influencer James Charles. If you guys have seen any of the drama that he's been in over the years, he is like the quintessential dark Gemini energy. He has had so many like issues. There's been like gossip that he's gotten in the center of. It's like there's always something that he's doing. And it's like he just can't help himself but get in the middle. And he keeps making these same mistakes over and over. And he's known for these apology videos. It's very dark Gemini. So fun facts there. Okay, Penny, let's get a Britney Spears card for you. What is this Gemini new moon bring into your life, and what is the energy that you are embodying at this new moon? What should you be leaning into? Only positive, good messages from our angels and guides, please. Sage says, oh, yeah, feeling the energy is nice. Good. Unfortunately, I think I caused minor tears in my abdomen and back. No, Sage Moon, what happened? Are you okay? Oh my God. Gotta rest, rest, rest. Oh, that sounds so painful. Sage. Dang. James is definitely a dark Gemini. Right, Sage? Wondering what it'll take for folks to realize he's no good. I feel like they have to realize it now with this latest scandal because this was so bad, right? Like his latest scandal. If y'all are interested, I mean, just Spill Sesh has a good video covering it. It's bad. Okay, for Penny. Penny is the showstopper right now at this Gemini New Moon and in the 2 weeks that follow. And the energy that Penny is leaning into at this time. Let's see. Let's see what the oracle has to say. Let's see. Showstopper. Okay, number 65. Let's see. Elevator music. Oh my god. Okay. So Penny, this is you. Let's tune in. No one does okay, guys, this is weird. No one does the MTV VMAs like Britney. There's also a big award show on it tonight right now, the AMAs. And I feel like whenever there's a little weird coincidence, it's like spirit giving double confirmation that this is true. So, okay, Penny, spirit speaking to you. No one does the MTV VMAs like Britney. At just 18 years old, she made every jaw drop with her show-stopping performance of I Can't Get No Satisfaction, which gave way to a rock-infused version of Oops, I Did It Again. The legendary moment had everything. Britney stripping off a black suit and fedora to debut an iconic sparkling nude outfit, electrifying choreography, and the raw emotion of a star stepping fully into her own. The performance launched her into the stratosphere of fame and is still talked about today as one of the most memorable VMA moments of all time. It's a reminder that a little shakeup can be a good thing, so embrace the unexpected. Penny, okay, embrace the unexpected and wear a sparkly outfit. That's what I got. So looks like your life's going to be getting a little more interesting in the coming 2 weeks, Penny. I love it. You'll have to let us know. Oh, helping Sage Moon. Okay, Sage Moon, you definitely need a Britney Spears Oracle card. Let's see what good things are coming for you. You remember the performance. Ooh, nice. Oh, Sage, I think I was carrying groceries all in one bag, trying too hard to be sustainable. Sage, stop it. That breaks my heart. Look at you doing something good and getting hurt. I could have just bought a bag. Oh, I know you were trying though. I mean, I get the effort. I'm sorry. Ouch, ouch, ouch. I hope it gets better. Something that hopefully will take your mind off it though. Good things coming your way, Sage, at this Gemini new moon, and the energy that you're embodying and that spirit wants you to lean into to take advantage of the positive lunation is, oh, the cards are slippery right now, Sage. You got a lot of energy around you. I like couldn't grab one. Oh my, I like this. Sage, the lucky star. Are you kidding? This is beautiful. Another good card. You guys both got really like good, like standout cards. You know, some of them are more chill. There's like the boho babe, like, but you guys both got like really good. Definitely, you know, appropriate for the Gemini new moon cards. So, okay, the lucky star for Sage. Let's see. Okay, 41. Okay. This is the story of a girl named Lucky. In the music video from 2000, Britney plays both the narrator and a fabulous movie star named Lucky who cries in her lonely heart when she's not winning awards and walking red carpets. While some think the song predicted much of Britney's relationship with fame, it's a timeless parable about how things are not always what they seem. The Lucky Star is a reminder to give yourself and others grace, because even the most glamorous and successful among us could be struggling behind the scenes. Okay, so this sounds to me like this is about giving yourself grace, you know, having gratitude for the, you know, for the good things in your life, for things that you have, putting yourself in a positive mindset. And also, yeah, going easy on yourself. And it sounds like getting an injury, it's sort of like spirit saying maybe be easier on yourself in a few different ways in life. So hopefully like that hits in a good way. To just, you know, give yourself that love that you deserve because you're a very special person. Okay, you're a little lucky star, and you will have a lucky star the next 2 weeks. So we'll keep an eye out for something lucky happening for you. I love it. Lucky Sage. Yes, lucky, lucky. Thank you. Okay, that was fun. I feel like that's a good little way for us to get a boost. And shall we pull up some of the stories? So this is Gemini season, Mercury and Gemini, Gemini new moon. I mean, one thing that I was experiencing while looking for stories was just my head all over the place. I was like, do I want to do this story, this story? So I figured let's just pull out the old notepad and look some stories up and we can chat through it. I mean, I definitely feel the Gemini energy. Okay, let's see. So J Lo is hosting the AMAs, and she apparently was just, giving it her all with the performance. She looks great. She kissed one of her female backup dancers, so she's trying to make a splash. We see that Leo energy. I don't know if y'all can see this in the photo. She's got like purple. I mean, it's very in the cards and stars coded. So I do love the outfit. Wait, maybe y'all can see it better. Like, okay, it's like sparkly bodysuit. She looks amazing. I mean, her body looks great, her makeup looks great. She kisses one of her female backup dancers, so it's reminding me of Britney Spears when she kissed Madonna. J-Lo wants people to look at her and look at her. She's just living. This is like her happy place. I think this is her true love. I was thinking that Brett Goldstein may be with her. Okay, I'm naive because we know J-Lo, she loves the spotlight. And after the last podcast episode where I looked into their connections, I was thinking because this is Gemini season, they are going to be probably like spotted out together. But then again, JLo's a Leo. Is she going to want people to focus on her relationship? No, she wants them to focus on her. So I'm actually not surprised that she isn't, that she wasn't spotted on the red carpet with him. We'll see what happens there. I just want to pull a little card for her and see. There's so much going on, right, Penny? There's so much going on, Penny. It's a little wild. Sage says, "Thanks for that recommendation, Penny." Aw, good. Right, meow. Right, meow. Okay, yeah, there's a lot going on with J-Lo. Let's just see. Let's just see. Anything about her energy tonight as she hosts the AMAs? She looked like she was living her best life. Ooh, the Knight of Cups, guys. I wouldn't be surprised if Brett Goldstein is with her behind the scenes somewhere. Now, will they be spotted together tonight? I don't think so, but we do have this Knight of Cups energy around her. So I think that part of the reason that she's glowing and so happy is because she is having that love life glow up. And if you guys haven't watched that podcast episode yet, you have to. It was so wild. It really was like so much astrology confirmation in her life going on. But yeah, it looks like she is very loved up. So that's what's going on behind the scenes for her. Very interesting. Have you guys also seen the news about Elizabeth Hurley dating Billy Ray Cyrus? Quite another interesting celebrity couple that really I don't think anyone saw coming. Um, it's kind of crazy because Billy Ray Cyrus, he's been so controversial. He's had so many issues, whether with his ex-wife Tish and his fractured relationship with Miley Cyrus, or his last relationship with, I think her name was Summer Rose, and that ended in a disaster. So no one really saw him hooking up with or dating Elizabeth Hurley. This just sort of seemed out of left field. But apparently they worked together in the past. And I did watch a red carpet interview of Elizabeth where she mentioned him. She was asked about him. And she said that he's one of the sweetest, most kindest people and that it just kind of worked out. So they are being public. They went Instagram official. I I'm interested to pull a couple cards because it's like, what is going on with them? Like, is this sort of a PR relationship to make it into the news? They just don't seem like they go together at all. So I want to get his energy towards the relationship and I want to get her energy towards the relationship. I mean, this is some left field Gemini energy. If I've ever seen any. Penny says, yes, that freaked me out. Oh my God, what? I don't know who she is, but Billy Ray seems like a walking red flag. 100% Sage, like the biggest red flag. Do you remember that movie? Like, I think it was like Bedazzled. Like Elizabeth Hurley's that British actress. She's like very beautiful. She's older now. She's like, I think she's in like her early 60s, late 50s. She's still absolutely stunning. She just has this sort of like classy aura. And he has, the red flag aura. And I'm just so confused. I'm so confused. So, okay. And she's kind of like soft spoken. I don't know. I'm very curious to see their connection, what's going on here, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Billy Ray Cyrus and Elizabeth Hurley, the couple that was on no one's bingo card. She's an older lady that dated Harry Styles. What? Penny, she dated Harry Styles? Are you serious? What? I missed that. Where was I? Oh my God. That's crazy. Okay, so her energy towards Billy Ray, allegedly. 8 of Wands. It's a little bit up in the air, but it is moving quickly. So I think she's unsure, but she's still jumping in head first. Okay, interesting. That is interesting. What are we doing, Elizabeth Hurley? Okay, so it's up in the air, but she's jumping head first. So this is a little bit unstable. I'll be honest with you guys. This is giving instability. So I think she's a Gemini sun as well. So that would sort of make sense. Gemini, people with prominent Gemini in their birth charts, especially when it comes to love and relationships. Jennifer Lopez has her Gemini or has her Venus in Gemini. People with strong placements in Gemini, when it comes to love, they can be of two minds. Now, once they commit, just like anybody else, they commit, they go all in. But until a Gemini has committed or a Gemini Venus has committed, they can definitely be like 1 foot out the door for a while because there are so many facets to their personality that they get bored quite easily. And unless they have someone with other strong air sign or fire sign placements that can keep up with them and, keep them guessing, there has to be like a lot of activity for them to stay interested, then they do tend to lose, sort of lose the spark and they'll eventually look elsewhere. So for her, not too surprising as a Gemini sun that she would be moving quickly, but also unsure. I think that sort of, toxic excitement can keep some Geminis that are not, not super evolved spiritually in a way. I feel bad saying that, but it's just like a lower manifestation of the Gemini energy because it's not all Geminis. So yeah, if she's in that place, kind of makes sense. So maybe she's in a life transition too, Maybe she's not really wanting to get super committed, which is why this is sort of like the right time for her to be with someone like him. I don't know. I'm reaching. What do you guys think? Um, yeah, Penny, that is like shocking. I did not remember that at all that they had dated. That is wild. Hey, Scott, how's it going? Good to see you. Happy Gemini New Moon. How are you feeling, Scott? You feeling the new moon energy? Did Olivia? Oh, Penny, that's hilarious. See, it's the Gemini trickster getting us all. No worries, Penny. That was actually kind of hilarious. I loved going down that little mental rabbit hole. Okay, what is the energy that represents Billy Ray Cyrus in this connection? Allegedly, for entertainment purposes only. Hmm. The Four of Pentacles. Yeah, down on his luck. Okay, that is what this seems like to me. Now, bear with me, you guys. 'Tis the Gemini season, so this might be a little snarkier than usual, but this is really what I'm feeling. I feel like he is in a bad place because he has been through two really public breakups. First, with I think the real love of his life, in my opinion, Tish Cyrus, who was married to for a really long time, the mother of Miley Cyrus, Noah Cyrus, and the brother, forgetting his name. I want to say Tyler, but I don't think that's right. Anyway, and the brother. Sorry. I feel like that was like the real love of his life. That didn't work out. Whatever. There's a lot of drama that happened there. Miley still isn't speaking to him. And then he was like all in with that woman, Summer Rose. And everybody was like, oh, wow, I guess this is like, the person that he's in love with, whatever. He really put that out there, how much he loved her. He was very public about it. And that just went up in flames. So this is a person, Four of Pentacles, who is feeling disappointed by life and unstable because Pentacles also represent stability, earth sign energy, right? So he's unstable, allegedly, for entertainment purposes. She doesn't know where this is going, but she's rushing in anyways because she sort of was in the mood for a thrill. And this is a mess, guys. Okay. So for anyone who was thinking, like I did for a second, like this is so crazy, it just might work. I don't think that. I think it's actually they're both kind of in a weird place in their lives, and that's why they're giving this a try. It's sort of like they have nothing to lose. Let's do a past, present, future to see what could happen for them. So wild. I guess they were kind of both like bored. Penny says they remind me of each other. Oh, interesting. Olivia Wilde and Elizabeth Hurley. I could kind of see that. They both have a certain like soft spoken way about them. Yeah, I could see that for sure. Okay. Past, present, future for them. So when they first got together, what was the vibe? Six of Wands, a friendship. Oh my God. Yes, guys, this confirms the story that was in the press. So they said that they met a long time ago, that they had a working relationship because they worked together on a movie and that they got along great and they stayed friends. Obviously, not great friends because at the time he was married. I think she was in a relationship with somebody else, but they stayed friendly. And then all these years later, they reconnected. That is so funny, you guys. Or tarot in the wild moment, I guess. I was going to say astrology, but no, tarot in the wild. So, yeah, confirming that they were just friends when they met makes sense. Okay. Feeling the allergies this evening, to be honest. I'm so sorry, Scott. Ugh, dang it. Are you in the Midwest by chance? Because that's where I am, and I've been feeling the allergies again today. It has been raining, and like the Claritin is not helping. The only thing getting me through is the Gemini New Moon. It's all mental. Because I feel you, my friend. That and the Afrin, which I try not to use too much, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. The pollen is like going crazy in the Midwest. Okay. It's my allergy tea. All right. What about the present moment? Their connection, allegedly. Nine of Swords. Okay. So there is some anxiety that they're both feeling. Not too surprising with the Four of Pentacles and the Six of Wands describing their energies towards each other. So, yeah, they're definitely both kind of anxious. I don't know that either of them, is feeling in their gut that this is going to be something that's really going to last for the long haul. It feels more like need based. So hopefully they're there for each other and help each other through this, what seems like sort of a tough time for both of them. But yeah, I don't love that we're seeing this Nine of Swords. Like, you really don't want to have that kind of anxiety in a relationship. And then in the future, the next 6 months, let's see. Yes, Sage, you too. Have you noticed? Sage just noticed. The weird weather's been throwing around the pollen. Yeah, totally. That dang pollen. We've been hit by the rain on the East Coast. Oh, okay. So you're on the East Coast. Well, I guess we just can't escape it. We're all feeling it somewhere. Temperature dropped and it just messed me all up. Oh no. Are you taking, hopefully you're taking like a daily allergy pill or something. But sometimes it just doesn't help when it's like that. Okay, this is gonna sound kind of gross, but a sinus rinse also helps if you've used those. It really does help with congestion, like a saline nasal rinse. You know what I'm talking about? Neti pot. Those are a lifesaver for me. Okay, in the future, next 6 months for them. Five of Cups. Yeah, you guys, I don't think it's gonna last. I don't think it'll last more than 6 months. We have the Five of Cups. Yeah, this is it not working out. Basically, being sad, left out in the cold emotionally. Honestly, not surprised based on the other cards that we got, but kind of a bummer. So yeah, this is just a season for both of them. Allegedly, for entertainment purposes. Not too surprised though. Okay. So another story. This one's we're heating up now. I almost didn't want to cover this, but I was like, how can we not? Because it is a big deal. I'm actually going to read a little article about it because it was a lot going on. Justin Bieber performed with SZA, did a surprise performance of their hit song Snooze, I believe it's called. Ooh, have you guys seen this? Like, it was sad. And there were mixed interpretations of what went on. Now, my interpretation was that he seemed out of it, like something was off about him. I just don't think that he's well, and I think it was fairly obvious. Other people have been framing it like, E! News. The headline is how Hailey Bieber reacted to Justin Bieber and SZA's steamy onstage duet. Now, I didn't see anything steamy about it. I saw that it was like I felt like he was stumbling, struggling. I felt like she was trying to like guide him through the performance. So, okay. I'm not even going to read this article because I feel like this is trying to frame it as something that I don't think it is. I don't think it was like this steamy ooh thing. Okay. So if you guys haven't seen it yet, or if you have, let me know what you think of it. So basically, Justin Bieber comes out on stage to perform with SZA. It's a surprise performance. Everybody is so excited, of course, because he hasn't performed live for a while and he even canceled like his last tour. So Of course, fans were going crazy, screaming, so excited to see him, and it was cool to see him. His voice sounded great because he's an amazing singer, but he started doing this thing where he was closing his eyes, and at first it was like, "Oh, he's feeling the music." And then he just kept holding it a little too long, and it seemed more like substance induced, just from just the vibe I was kinda getting. Now, maybe it's not, maybe that's just him, but it just looked off. And then SZA comes over to him and she places her hand on his cheek to kind of I thought it was to kinda help him, like, come back down to earth and open his eyes and stay present in the situation. He pops his eyes open as soon as he feels her touch, and he gives this big smile, which honestly, that was really nice. It seemed genuine, but I also feel like it might have been a substance sort of thing because it just seems all over the place. And then they were dancing and she was kind of helping him. And then it looked like to me, she guided him over to the spot they needed to be on the stage for when the stage brings them both like below, so they can like go reset or whatever. He did kiss her hand a couple times. And then he was kinda, like, dancing towards her. I felt like it was more like when someone's, like, really drunk or something, and you're sorta like, "Oh, like, are they gonna, like, try to kiss me?" Like, that's what it felt like. It felt kind of unhinged. The movements were strange. I didn't feel like it was him. I don't know. It seemed a little inappropriate on his side. He was coming in a little too close. It was a little weird. So, I don't know. That was the vibe I felt. I wanna pull some cards. So curious to see what you guys think. Because everybody's been talking about it, and there's so many different opinions. Mhm. Okay, TJ, you agree. TJ says, "I didn't read it as steamy at all. It looked like substance abuse and SZA grabbing his face to get him to focus." TJ, you and I saw the same thing then, 100%. Like, I felt uncomfortable because I was worried. Like, I was like, "Oh my god." Um, and then Haley posting about it, like, I don't know. Like, what do you do? If you're someone's spouse, like, of course, you're not gonna call them out on the world stage. So hopefully behind the scenes, she's addressing it in a way that is real and not just sweeping it under the rug. It would make some sense to me if she sweeps it under the rug in public just to not embarrass him. That's why she like posted like the little crying emojis and the heart eyes emojis. But I do hope that behind the scenes, he has people being honest with him because, enabling someone when they're going through that, it's a recipe for disaster. Sage says, yes, Justin seemed more touchy with SZA than usual. Yeah, that was a little uncomfortable. I agree with you, Britt. He did seem out of it and she could have been guiding him. Yeah, right. Didn't see Bubble watch it. See what you think, Penny. It's definitely a lot going on. I think they said it was his first onstage performance in a while, so he could have self-medicated or been super anxious. Yep, that would make sense too, Sage. That really would. For his sake and for the sake of his child and his family, I really hope that it was just like nerves and maybe him coming across as a little awkward. I hope it's not substances, but whatever it is, I definitely, I hope that he gets help because it's really sad. I've never seen it, but I'm also not a fan of his. Okay. Yep. Fair enough, fair enough. I like the song. The song's really pretty. Hopefully he gets the help he needs. Yes, TJ, totally, totally. So I am not going to speculate too far into what happened just because I feel like if it is the substances, that's really beyond the entertainment purposes only. That's like a serious thing that, is concerning. But what I do want to read on is SZA. I'm curious to see what her perspective is and how she was feeling during that performance. And I just want to get her vibe. What is her take on the situation? How is she feeling? Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. How was SZA really feeling during that performance with Justin Bieber? What are her thoughts towards him? Let's just see what comes through. Six of Swords. Yep. Moving, guys. Okay. Moving away from troubled situations, taking your mental faculties, your swords, putting them in a boat and swimming away. I think that she was allegedly uncomfortable. I did see her like kind of dancing away from him. Like he was like dancing towards her at one point. He was really, he does that kind of thing when he sings with women where he kind of like looks them up and down and whatever. I think that's a very like 2000s performance style. Usher, did that a lot too. So whatever, maybe that's just his vibe that he's trying to put out. But what I saw from her was that while he was doing that, she was kind of like going with it, but she was definitely the one like going 2 steps back. So definitely 6 of swords, trying to get away from the situation, trying to figure out how do we get out of this situation, problem solving skills. Like this was probably a lot of pressure for her because not only was she wanting her concert to go well, she was probably also thinking about, I don't want my friend, my collaborator to embarrass himself. So she was definitely taking on the burden. Yeah. Trying to get out of the situation, trying to find the solution. That is stressful. So she made it look easy though. A true professional, a true performer, honestly. Like that's how you know when someone can keep their cool under pressure like that. Like that is next level. Okay. And then Hailey Bieber, how did she really feel allegedly? I know she posted the supportive social media post, but how did she really feel allegedly? Knight of Swords, yeah. So it was also sharp, a sharp feeling. The swords, like I said, that is like your mental capacity. It's like you're really like, oh, dang, you're online, you're noticing things. This is an adolescent sort of energy. This is wanting to charge forward. So for her, I think that she's the type with, her Saturn and Aries, which she's now in this Saturn return just in time for this performance. I think that she was feeling like, okay, I also want to take control of the situation. And I think that's why she posted with like the heart eyes and like the other emoji because she was bothered. I think she was upset by it, very concerned, and decided I'm going to have to like mold this narrative, and that's like that Saturn return Aries energy thing. She is really being forced. And right off the bat, she didn't even get a little grace period to ease in. Right off the bat, she's being forced to look at the realities of her situation, who she is in the marriage, who her husband is in the marriage, and she's having to figure out how to show up. So, yeah, intense. It's a lot. Definitely just swords for both of the ladies in this situation. And for Justin, I just think he's going through it. So, we're not even going to pull a card for him. But yeah, that's what I got there. Okay, so now let's turn around. Some happy positivity. Love this story so much, you guys. Demi Lovato got married. I had no idea that her wedding was coming up. Maybe I've been under a rock. I've been known to do that at times, but she got married and she looked absolutely beautiful. I think Demi Lovato is one of those child stars who has been through so much in her life. She's such a talent. I do think she has a good heart. I think she's said some crazy things and also had her struggles like a lot of child actors, which says a lot about the industry. Because all of these people started off just as these bright, precious little beings. So I think it's really sad that they go through that. But I'm so excited that she got married. She looks so happy. She seems super in love. I remember when she dated that one guy who was like, it ended up that he was like also in love with Selena Gomez. And he was like a super crazed fan. And I think that was super embarrassing for her. But here's a photo of her wedding dress. Like, oh my God. She just looks so pretty, so happy in all of the photos with her guy. And they've been dating since 2022, got engaged in 2023. And yeah, they tied the knot. So let's pull a couple of cards for Demi Lovato and just see what good things she has coming her way. Only good messages for Demi Lovato. Right? Okay, Sage. Okay, I wasn't the only one under the rock. Sage, us two Virgos were under that rock together. Which, by the way, Sage, did you see that Virgo and Pisces and Gemini and Sagittarius, like mutables, everybody who's been feeling it with just the Saturn and Pisces energy, like we are also supposed to be getting a really big life glow up in the next couple weeks after this new moon. Just want to let you know, because I know that, we were both kind of having our little anxiety spiral about some of the changes of the placements, but apparently mutables, we're going to be doing great. So just want to throw that out there. Okay. Demi Lovato. Love this for her. Some good info about her future, about her wedding day. I don't know, Spirit. Just tell us something happy. So, so happy for Demi Lovato. She does have a lot of Leo in her chart too, which means she has Mars. going on. I think she's a Leo rising. And one of my best friends also just got married a couple weeks ago and she has Leo rising. So something about Leos and Mars, it's so positive for them. I'm noticing a lot of Leo people tying the knot when Mars is in their sign. So just a little observation, more astrology observation. Okay. The chariot. Yes. Wait, guys, this is associated with Mars energy. Stop it. Oh my God. Okay. When the cards and stars are confirming each other. What? This is hilarious. So this card is associated with Mars, the chariot. It's about forward movement. It's about I can't believe this is so hilarious. That's just double confirmation of what I was saying. So everybody who's watching this, if you have strong Leo placements and you're not already, in a serious relationship, keep an eye out because the Mars energy is going strong for you and you just might meet somebody. You just might be tying the knot next. But the chariot card, yeah, so this is like all about her passion, her joy. Demi Lovato finally getting what she's been wanting in life. She has so much of that Leo in her chart. And Leos really just want to authentically enjoy life. Like that is the higher octave of Leo. Leos can sometimes come across as wanting the spotlight to other people. They get like a bad rap for that. But the truth is, Leos don't really necessarily crave the spotlight. I mean, some do. Like I think J-Lo might be one of the Leos that does. But more accurate would be that they actually love life so much and they're so full of life that they can't help but walk into a room and just be like 100,000 watts. And so people can sometimes interpret that as them wanting to be the center of attention, but they just kind of end up as the center of attention when they're in their highest positive light because they just can't help it. They're like so happy. They're so like alive. They're ruled by the sun. So they just shine. And when they're happy, they don't have to look for it. They just emanate it from within. So this tells me that she's emanating that light from within. And that is not only going to be positive for her personal life, but we have this double energy here. So this is also associated with Gemini. I think Gemini season is going to be very lucky for her. She may even end up with another big announcement or big blessing. So maybe this is like personal life glow up and then professional life glow up. I think they're going to go hand in hand for her. So this is like a whole life reinvention that she's doing. We may see her again out and about. Maybe a new album. I don't know. Penny says fifth house Leo. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. Fifth house Leo. Penny says baby. Oh, Penny. Oh my God. It could be. Okay. Penny predicts baby. I like that prediction. That could be absolutely this chariot card as well. So we'll keep an eye out for another big announcement, either professional or a baby. Love that, Penny. Sage says, ooh, we love a glow up, period. Excited for that. Yes, it's time. We're glowing all the way up. Okay, so anything else for Demi Lovato? This is so cute. The Seven of Swords. Okay, so one thing that I have noticed about Demi Lovato is this like tendency that she had in the past when she was friends with all the Disney girls, like, Selena Gomez and Ariana Grande and Taylor Swift. And like Taylor Swift wasn't a Disney girl, but she like hung out with the Disney crowd, et cetera, et cetera. There were quite a few young female celebrities that were really good friends. And it was that time of their life. And there was this sort of like, I don't know, speculation about their friendship, really silly because they were just little kids. But the theme that is coming through for me with Demi Lovato is that she needs to be very careful right now about the friends that she allows into her life. So I do think that she's very soft-hearted, and I think that she has a tendency to let people back into her life or to sort of, be a forgive and forget type where she may allow friends that don't have her best interests at heart to like stick around too long. So I think she just needs to be really careful at this time in her life. I hate to say it, but the Seven of Swords is basically like people talking behind her back, messages. This could be people leaking things to the press before she's ready. So yeah, she needs to be careful of anything like that happening because sometimes when there are these types of people around, these little sneaky sneakers, there can be a tendency for there to be, gossip. And if you're a celebrity, things to come out in the press that you don't want to be revealed yet, like a baby, for example, like Penny's predicting. So yeah, this is the only thing. I think she probably already knows who these people are. So I would say just maintaining her strong boundaries right now so that she can fully enjoy her happiness. And I think that's sort of just a good thing to remember across the board for everybody, especially during Gemini season, the season of gossip. Don't gossip about, okay, do's and don'ts, Gemini season. Don't gossip about anybody because it will get back to them during Gemini season. Just tell your dog they're the best listeners or spill it here on the tea time because we don't know those people. We won't tell. Or if you find out that someone has been gossiping about you, take it seriously because that's sort of like when people show you who they are, believe them. You don't have to like hate them or like disown them or whatever, but just be aware and, don't tell them things and put them in the proper category in your life. So I feel like that's a lesson for her, but also a lesson for everyone during Gemini season. You got to be careful. Okay. Yeah, totally. Right. So we're all kind of thinking Penny could be right about the baby thing. Okay. Anything else before we move on? Anything else? Hmm. The 9 of Cups. Okay. So this is beautiful. This is about getting your dreams coming true, like you really getting for you what you've always wanted. So she has her cheesecake here. She's finally getting to eat her cheesecake. She has all 9 cups. This is the end of an old cycle, the beginning of a new, beautiful, joyful cycle in her life. She looks beautiful. She has the love of her life, and really, the sky's the limit. This is so good, you guys. She's finally happy. I love it. Oh my God. And you can see it like in the photos from her wedding. Like she looks genuinely happy. She has like a glow about her. Her eyes look bright. That is so nice. I love it. So, so good to see. Okay. Shall we peruse a little bit more of page 6 to see if there are any other stories? And if anybody has a request, feel free because this is sort of just like an open gossip and gab Gemini season session. But I'm going to go to page6.com because they do tend to have some great tea. Oh my God. There's so much what to get into first. Okay. This is kind of weird, but oh God, which one? Okay, we'll do the weird one and there are like a couple more stories I want us to get into before we go. Okay, so this one's a little bit dark, but then we'll end with some more, lighthearted stuff. So exclusive, page 6 exclusive. Heartbroken, Sean Diddy Combs wishes for twins graduation revealed after missing monumental moment due to the trial. So this is him trying to get some sympathy, obviously. He said, or page 6 says, he was heartbroken not to be there for such a monumental moment in the twins' lives. A source exclusively tells page 6. Now, if you look at this photo, if y'all can see it, shows his twins. They're absolutely beautiful. Yeah, such beautiful young women, so poised. I mean, I can't even imagine what they're going through with Diddy as their father. I can't even imagine what they must be thinking, hearing everything that they heard, like the testimonies during the trial. I mean, even if, let's just say, in some world, even if allegedly P. Diddy just ended up being a very bad person and a very violent person in his relationships, and there was no like racketeering, let's just say, best case scenario, he's still awful, right? Like, it's still horrible, and his daughters came to the trial, and they were, like, there hearing the testimonies, hearing all these things. I mean, who would wanna hear that about their parent, about their, sexual life behind it? I mean, it's so gross, it's so weird on so many levels, and then the violence. So, I don't know, I do wanna pull a couple cards just to see, like, how they're dealing with it. These 2 are holding their head up, what they must be thinking. Kim Porter was their mother who passed away. There's also some speculation around her passing. So I'm just curious to see what impression his daughters have of this situation and just like the whole thing, right? It's a lot. We have not been covering the Diddy trial on this channel very much because all of the coverage has just been so incredibly evil. It's been evil. It like gives me the ick. So if y'all really want us to, I can bring lawyer Mogan here, maybe towards the end of the trial, and we can do like a recap and we can get the legality. But if not, then I'm good not to, because it's just what I've been reading and the coverage I've been seeing has just made me feel sick to my stomach. It's just like I can't. I can't. It's so bad, you guys. Sage says boo Diddy. Yes, the feeling's mutual. They're not mutual, but I mean, I agree. Jennifer says, I watched a documentary on Diddy. It was so awful. Right, Jennifer? It like makes you sick. It's like, it's such a sickness. Yeah. Hi, Jennifer. How you doing? Happy to have you here. Oh my God. It's so bad. Ooh, Penny says, are MGK and Megan together? Let's do that one next. Such a good question. Let's get all of our gossip out. That is a really good. That's a little more lighthearted too. Nothing is worse than this Diddy stuff right now. It's just so bad. Okay. So how do his daughters allegedly feel? First, let's see how his daughters allegedly feel about Diddy. How Diddy's daughters allegedly feel about Diddy. The Page of Pentacles. Okay, so this is talking about their youth and resources. So here's the thing. They are young women. They are very beautiful. Obviously, they've been around this life with Diddy, but we don't know how much of it they've actually seen. This is talking about like, I don't know, I feel like there's like a naivete, like maybe they didn't really know all the things that happened. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they had never like been present at any of the parties or if they would leave before any of this happened. I'm sure they had some sort of awareness because it just seemed like he was very open with everything towards Cassie with like the violent stuff. So I don't know. We can pull a couple more cards to get more info, but the Page of Pentacles, this tells me like they depend on him for money, which that's what happens when it's a parent-child situation, and I think that because of that, there is a little bit of fear around them not having financial support or any money to survive if they didn't have their dad, and so we know how manipulative he is and how controlling he is from people's testimonies. So I wouldn't be surprised if there is also this control thing going on with the kids where they feel like they have to show up to court, they have to, put on a happy face, present the supportive family image in order to Page of Pentacles continue to receive money and funding and be able to live and survive. That's yeah, I mean that makes sense. I do think there is some financial strings. There are some financial strings being pulled behind the scenes. Sage says, yes, would love a legality segment with lawyer Moog on the trial. It's super dark and he's wild for thinking anyone would have sympathy for him. Okay, Sage. If that's what Sage wants, that's what Sage gets. All right, let me screenshot it. We will do that. We will do that. I'll just have him here for the support and to break it down. It's everywhere, Britt. I know. It's everywhere. The trial coverage. Yeah, it's everywhere. So I've been watching Stephanie Sue videos. I love Stephanie Sue. I'm a huge fan of hers. Some of her true crime stuff gets too like I don't know, it's like too gross or too like some of the stories are too sad for me. So I like, avoid certain stories. But I just think she's a great storyteller. And I really love her K-pop drama episodes. And like, if you guys haven't followed her yet, you've got to. She tells like stories about the Chinaverse, what she calls it. Like it's so interesting. And her husband, like they both have such a cool perspective on, different cultures and it's interesting. So love her. I've been watching her coverage and that's kind of the only thing I've been able to get my information from just 'cause I like the way she presents things. And even that has been hard for me to get through sometimes. So we'll have lawyer Moog here to help us break it down though. He's good with pulling out the facts of the case and it can be a little easier to navigate with him, separating some of the emotion out of it. Yeah, I imagine being Diddy's child is like being in a cult. Yes, Sage, well said. With the brainwashing, fear, and manipulation, he must instill 100% Sage, 100%. Yeah, it's been all they've ever known since they were children. And if those are the people that you have to rely on in your life, and those are the people that you feel bonded to, I think you're right. It is like a cult where it can probably feel so confusing. Um, yeah, really tough. Hi, Beth. How's it going? Well, hello, Beth says, Beth, as a triple Gemini, how are you feeling today with the Gemini new moon? Oh, my Lord, Beth, this is like a full rebirth. Everyone, long time since we've all been together. Oh my God, shut up, Beth. Well, Beth's sarcasm is on fire tonight. So funny. I know, Beth, I couldn't do a podcast solo tonight. I was like, it's a Gemini new moon. I got to gab with the T tribe. Like, what am I doing? I can't record this alone. Hi, Gunyar. Welcome. How's it going? Oh my god, Penny got the oregano pills. Heck yes. Okay, so Beth, we are reading on Diddy and his children, really specifically his 2 daughters who just had their graduation, and Diddy did a little sob story piece exclusive with Page 6 talking about how he was so sad, that he couldn't be there. Like, okay, no one feels bad for you, Diddy. You're here because of your actions. You're missing this momentous occasion because of your actions. Like, you gotta take personal responsibility for that. Saturn and Aries, okay? No one's gonna feel bad for you. All right, let's see. So we had the Page of Pentacles. What else? Allegedly, for entertainment purposes only. TJ says Beyond the Blinds has good coverage. Okay, TJ, I'll check it out. I do love Beyond the Blinds. They also have lighthearted personalities, so it's easier to get through. That is everything. Like when the content is dark and sad, that's what we need. TJ, I actually was DMing with TJ from Beyond the Blinds. This was probably like 2 years ago when I was in New York, and we were gonna meet up, and, I was gonna have him on the podcast, which I was so excited about. I love him, and it didn't end up working out. He was, like, sick, and then we never were able to, like, reschedule. So that was a bummer. So let's manifest a return. Maybe that can happen. Manifesting it. But yeah, I love them. They're so cute and spunky, and, like, their coverage definitely helps you get through any dark-sided content, as they say. Beth, oh my god, TJ, you're a Gemini too? Yes, I love it. Okay. I've been watching that surprise witness coverage off and on. Yeah, I like her stuff too. I will watch her stuff from time to time. She really goes into it. Oh, good. It's awesome to be a triple Gemini. Feeling good. Fantastic, Penny. Love that for you, Beth. We're so happy. Troy, that would be amazing. You'd be amazing together. Yes, Troy. Troy McKeady. Well, thank you, TJ. Tell him that. Oh my God. Okay. We gotta get it going again. Maybe I'll DM him again and see. That was a while ago though. Some time has passed. All right. I gotta tap back in to Diddy's daughters, allegedly for entertainment purposes. How else are they feeling? We have that Page of Pentacles, which indicates financial dependence and financial control. That checks out. What else? Oh, this card just literally flipped on its own, turned over in the stack. Crazy. King of Pentacles. Guys, this is what it comes down to. I mean, we have the Page of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. Yeah, it's money. It's financial control. It is Diddy being the king of the castle. That is the way that he's always operated. I definitely think that he has used his kids, allegedly for entertainment purposes, to try to keep up an image of being a family man. At the same time, I do think that one of the things he loved about having all of his kids around him was feeling like he was the king, like knowing, I provide this for them, I provide that, like feeling like he was in charge of the family, of the household. And there definitely were strict rules about what you had to do in order to continue to be in the good graces of the King of Pentacles. I'm not saying, um, like, I don't really know about like the violence or the SA stuff. Like, I hope that he didn't inflict that on his own children. I really, really hope not. Um, I'm hopeful that he didn't because this is really just speaking of mostly financial control, which still is not okay. But yeah, definitely that was the relationship. It was mostly about money. And that's sort of the way that things have always been. That's all they've ever known. So I think that's also part of the reason why his daughters are so strong because I think they've formulated their own identities. I don't think that Diddy has ever been a real source of nurturing or a real example for them. So, it's sort of the case where luckily they have each other. They're twins. And so I think they relied on each other. They seem to have a great circle of friends just from like their graduation photos and their school. So I think for them, they probably received a lot of their nurturing and like personal development through friendships, the parents of their friends, being at school, teachers. So really just their community. And it seems like their dad was mostly just like kind of someone that provided the finances and they knew they had to follow certain rules. So I think that's why, they're affected by it emotionally, obviously, but it's like they can get through it because I don't think they've ever really been able to rely on him emotionally. Wow. Okay, well, that was dark, but I do feel like we kinda got some clarity there. let's let's do the lighter tea of MGK and uh Megan Fox. I'm super curious about that as well, Penny. Hold on, what are you guys saying? TJ, stop it. I'm a Gemini, Sun, Mercury, Midheaven, and Lilith. Okay, TJ, how are you feeling? Do you feel a rebirth? Are you just having the best day? The next 2 weeks are gonna be so good for you. This is so exciting. Midheaven, Sun, Mercury. So, like your ego, your Mercury, and Lilith on the bright side can also be things about us that are magnetic. So, like your magnetism's going up, your sun energy, like your ego, who you are, the way you think, and your public image. Like we were pulling those cards the other day talking about your career. The glow up's going to accelerate the next 2 weeks. I'm excited. Go, TJ. I heard Jamie Foxx had some dark stories about his experience. Ugh, God bless him. I'm sure he did. I am sure he did. Mm. It's a lot, but I love it. I wish I had some Gemini placements. Like all I have, you guys, is my Chiron and Gemini in the 5th house. So like I have to heal through like communication, which is good. And obviously I do that. I'm doing that. I'm talking all the time. But so that part is fun and it can become a skill, but like at the same time, like I feel like Geminis just know how to keep things lighthearted and have a good time. And my Scorpio moon wishes. I just wish. Okay. So let's see. Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox. Any updates about their relationship? Allegedly, for entertainment purposes only, we have not seen them together since, I don't know, they went to that award show kind of, which was interesting. Let me just see real quick on page 6 if there is any update before I pull cards. Let's see. Elevator music. Hmm. Oh my God. 2 hours ago. And then 2 days ago, there was okay, so the 2 hours ago post, glad I checked, Machine Gun Kelly shared that his and Megan Fox's baby girl is sick with a fever. Okay, well, that's really sad. I hope she gets well soon. Oh my God. Okay, well, that's not good. And then I feel like that's also sort of sad that he's posting about it. Like maybe he's lonely, you know? Because I feel like when you're lonely, that's when sometimes you like share like more personal things that maybe if you weren't feeling lonely, like if Megan was with him, he would just be talking to her about the baby's fever and like the doctors. I don't know, kind of feels like maybe he's like stressed and doesn't have anyone to talk to. So he's posting on social media. That's just kind of a vibe I get. So Us Weekly, 2 days ago, Machine Gun Kelly sings about wanting a lover to stay with me 5 months after the Megan Fox split. Here's a picture of them in their heyday. Remember that when they were just like always matching, always being spicy. They just seemed like they went together so perfectly. That is sad. We were rooting for them. Okay, Machine Gun Kelly has a message for an unnamed lover in his new song called Cliche. The musician, real name Colson Baker, dropped the new track on Friday, May 23rd. Did y'all hear this song yet? I did not, like, again, under the rock, I guess. And although he does not name check anyone in the song, the record features some heartfelt lyrics. Tell me, would you stay with me? MGK sings in the track's chorus, Baby, we could make this home. Guys, this is confirming our last reading on them when we got the like she didn't want anything to do with him, but that he was like lovesick, heartbroken over her still. The lyrics continue, you should run away with me, even if you're better off alone. This confirms our last tea so much. Oh my God, this is sad. MGK's new music comes 5 months after he and ex Megan Fox called it quits, and 2 months after the former couple welcomed a baby daughter together. Fox 39 first met MGK in 2020 on the set of Midnight in the Switchgrass, and they experienced lots of highs and lows in their relationship before they quietly went their separate ways in November of 2024 while Fox was pregnant. And we've done tarot readings on that before. Like, that's got to be something very serious, I think, for you to have ups and downs and then finally call it quits while you're pregnant. Because that's probably like one of the biggest times in your life where you would want it to work out with that person. You wouldn't want to go through all of that alone. So she has to have had a major reason. And based on our tarot polls, it was some infidelity. And there was also some gossip about that in the tabloids. But I don't think there was ever like a real confirmation, unless I missed that. Their relationship is so full of passion that leads them to get back together over and over, but also to fight in the most toxic of ways. An insider told Us Weekly. Their fights have gotten less intense now that MGK is sober, but they still have such a hard time having a stable relationship with each other. MGK shared the news in March that he and Fox had welcomed their daughter, announcing via Instagram, "She's finally here." In the caption of the Instagram post, he referred to their daughter as "our little celestial seed," which honestly sounds like something Megan Fox would say. So I feel like he's, you know, kind of more reflecting her. Following confusion from fans, MGK was later forced to clarify that they did not name their daughter Celestial Seed. Okay. That was a little funny. That was a nice little funny, lighthearted note to end on. Okay. So let's see. Oh, wait, what are you guys saying? I got a new niece today. Beth, oh my God. I got a new niece today also. Corey was born at 10:14 a.m. on the 26th. Gemini with a great life ahead. Oh my gosh. Beth. And also, first of all, congratulations. Also, obviously, you guys are going to be best friends because you're like so much Gemini. And for a baby to be born on the 26th, the day of the Gemini New Moon with Jupiter and Gemini, um, wow, and all of like the positive Mercury and Gemini, this baby is going to be so, so blessed. Like, because this is like the snapshot of like what the rest of their life, some of the themes that are going to be unfolding. Saturn and Aries, they're going to be a strong individual. Oh my God, I love it. What an amazing child already. Okay, well, sending baby Corey just like the best vibes and so much joy for the future. That's amazing. Yes, congrats, Auntie. So exciting. Oh my God. Okay, I love it. All right, so now let's see what's going on. Okay. Manifesting new career stuff today. Yes, TJ, do it. Do it, do it. Everybody, we all need to be manifesting stuff today. Tonight, after we get off this tea live stream, let's all pull out a journal, a notepad, a notebook. Better to write it down, just like spiritually for manifesting, than to put it in like any electronic form, something about the writing. Write it down. Write down your wishes. Write. I can't even talk. Write down your goals because the energy is so positive. We have to. Even if you just write like two things, put something down on paper. Gotta manifest. Okay. MGK and Megan Fox. Let's see what's going on. All right. Megan Fox's energy, especially after hearing the song, because it does seem like they've had a lot of passion, get together, break up, and with the baby and him being sober, could that be affecting, you know, her feelings? Could she decide maybe give him one last chance? I don't know. Let's see how she feels. Allegedly. Whoa, that flew. Queen of Wands. Hello. Yes. Okay. So this is Megan. She's in a really good place. Queen of Wands energy. This is fire sign energy. She's feeling good about herself. She's feeling excited about life. We have this energy of the solar plexus chakra that's associated with the Queen of Wands. And this is all about you being true to yourself. She's talked about that a lot with her poetry and just, her whole journey that she's been very open about with past relationships and really needing to find herself and to be herself and to have boundaries in relationships. She's talked openly about how she's lost herself in relationships in the past and been codependent, all that stuff. She's been very open. And this card really does point to her being in a totally different place in her life, like such a positive headspace, which is great because this also makes her a really strong mom for her kids. I mean, she has a lot of little babies to take care of, and there's also her kids with her previous partner. So she has a lot going on in her life. And I love that she's feeling strong and motivated and inspired. So she's in a good place. Interesting because this is still a solitary energy though. There's nobody else on this card but the queen. Oh my God. And so funny, she even said that one time in like an interview um about MGK when asked about like how she was in his music video. And she said it's either the queen or no one in his music videos. So kind of funny. Definitely she is in her queen energy right now, which is good. She's respecting herself. Gunyar, I see your question and I will definitely come back to it. Yes. We will pull some cards for you. Okay. Okay, let's see. Oh, interesting. Penny says, I guess she recently was talking to someone and was vague about their relationship. She wouldn't say if they were together or not. Oh my God. Hmm. Interesting. Okay. So MGK, what is his energy right now? Allegedly, for entertainment purposes only. What is his energy that's coming through? The Empress. Oh, okay. Gosh. So he's also focused on her. He sees her as the Empress, the nurturer, someone who is stable and strong, someone that it's almost like he looks up to her though as well. And that's what's kind of difficult because in order for them to have like a really healthy, I should have goosebumps on my face. So confirmation. In order for them to have a really healthy, solid partnership, I would prefer to see them, get like just to get like maybe a Queen of Hearts or a Queen of Cups and a King of Cups, or like Queen of Swords and a King of Swords, like something that is more about them both being equal. Because when she is already the Queen of Wands and then he sees her as the Empress, while on one hand, the positive side of that is that he is elevating her. And I think he's really like doing everything that he could possibly think of to try to make her happy and to do the things that she wants, like honor her boundaries. And I think that he's really trying. He has her on this pedestal. He realizes the person that he lost, and I think he definitely would love to get back with her, because if he sees her like this is like the ultimate, like the person that you want to be with. Um, yeah. And for her to also be in this energy, I feel like he is feeling lost, and he looks to her for guidance. And I think what she wants is for him to find himself. And if there's ever going to be any hope of them getting back together, he needs to like find himself and heal himself for himself, because it has to be authentic. She can't like constantly be, I don't know, it's like having like him as like an additional child. It's like, it's really sad though, because I think he has the intention to be better. I just do think he's a little bit lost. Okay. Are they together right now? Is there anything possibly, going on with them where they're kind of together? I don't know. How's that going? Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. What is the nature of their current connection? Makes sense. Yeah, it does make sense, doesn't it, Penny? It does. Makes sense. Page of Pentacles. Okay. So finances. What about the money? What about the finances? Weird. The nature of their current if the nature of their current connection is Page of Pentacles, then that would definitely be, yeah, in the world. Okay, then that is, I think, the focus of their relationship, like when they talk, what they talk about, it's about money for their baby. So it's very practical. Um, it's very practical. It's like, okay, hey, I need you to transfer X amount of money for, the baby's XYZ expenses. Thanks. Have a good day. Like, it's very like, it's not about anything but that. And the world card, this signifies that just everything has changed. Like what was once up is now down. It's like, it's a completely different type of relationship. So it is focused on money for the baby. And that's really it right now. Oh, I do think he's heartbroken though. And I think that he wishes that it would be something else. Bottom of the deck, what we don't see yet is the Nine of Swords. This is him. He is so anxious and heartbroken about it. And what's sad is that the more anxious and heartbroken he is, the less able he is to be the person that she actually would want him to be. Do you know what I mean? It's like what she wants him to be is someone who is like working on themselves, sober, mentally stable, working on their um, emotional and like their ability to communicate with others in an honest and respectful way. It's like she wants him to be developing these relationship skills, but he's almost like so sad, Nine of Swords, that he's kind of unable to do that at this time. So until he heals and feels better, he's not even going to be able to develop into the person that she would have wanted. So it's sort of like star-crossed lovers. It's like the timing just isn't right. So sort of a reason or season or lifetime thing. But you never know, maybe in like 10 years or 15 years or something, it could be one of those crazy situations where they do end up getting back together. Let's just pull one card to see if in the future could they ever get back together. Then we'll move on. Hi, Tanya. Tanya says, "Hi, new one here. Welcome. So happy to have you." And that's so sweet. Love your content. Can't we pull some cards on an F1 driver, or how can I ask for a quick reading? Yes, pull some cards. We'll pull some cards on an F1 driver. Just let me know your question, Tanya. This is kind of like a little gossipy gab sesh in honor of the Gemini New Moon. So for sure, let me know what you want me to pull a card on, and I'm happy to. Okay. In the future, could they get back together? Let's just see. And I'm talking like years down the line. Six of Swords. No, I don't think so. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only, and everyone has free will. But this is a no. I mean, Six of Swords, this is moving away from one situation, wanting to get away from it. This is definitely Megan Fox. I think that she has had enough. Again, this is the Golden Girls tarot deck, and this is Stan back here on the shore, Dorothy's heinous ex-husband who sold like dog poop or fake dog, not dog, sold fake dog poop. I'm not kidding, you guys. They made him like his character such a buffoon. If y'all haven't seen it, just trust me when I tell you, he was such a buffoon. Like he was always like having some scam or like gimmick. And Dorothy, who's a very like stand-up woman and was a teacher and like, just someone who really had their ducks in a row. She'd been married to this like heinous man that her mother had always hated. Long story short, she leaves Stan and she ends up with like her dream man by the end of the season. Spoiler alert. Or the end of the show. Spoiler alert. But that's kind of what I feel is the story for Megan Fox. It's like MGK is like the Stan. And by the way, Stan always wanted Dorothy back. He wanted to be with her to the very end of the Golden Girls show. But she moved on and she chose herself. And then she chose someone who was able to meet her in the place where she was at, like healthy and happy and like someone that really made her feel joyful. That's what I'm getting from Megan Fox. I feel like she has healed past that situation, although I do think that a part of her will always be nostalgic for what she believed she had with MGK. This Six of Swords moving on tells me that she is definitely leaving that in the past. And I do think that down the line, she will meet someone else, but it will be a completely different energy than we've seen. This will be someone that makes her happy in a way that is more lighthearted. So I just think it'll be a totally different type of connection. But yeah, I don't see her ever going back. So there you go. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. So hopefully they both find happiness separately. Sad. Okay. But also, hopefully they heal. I'll get the question formulated so it makes sense. Okay, Tanya, perfect. All right. So now I'm going to go back to Gunyar's question. Let's see. Okay. Gunyar says, "Hi, Britt. Can we look at 1, Luke and Antonia's current and near future? 2, Nick and Jake's current and near future? Luke and Nick's current and near future. Is there any possibility for them to get together romantically or in the future?" Okay. So for our Bridgerton stands, and so many of our Tea Time tribe loves the Bridgerton tea. Every time I do anything Bridgerton, you guys, the views just go through the roof. So like, I get it. You guys love the Bridgerton tea. And I also find it very interesting. So let's see what we can get. Let me do my best. So Luke and Antonia, and this is Luke Newton and his girlfriend Antonia. Now Luke is on the show Bridgerton. Antonia is not. Antonia is like a dancer and a very beautiful lady. Definitely everyone was very disappointed when Luke announced that he had a girlfriend because people were very invested in the chemistry between Luke and his on-screen love, Nicola Coughlan. So how are Luke and Antonia doing now, allegedly? The Queen of Swords. Okay, well, Antonia is not super happy. Luke is definitely getting a little bit of a talking to lately. She's drawing some boundaries. She's laying down the law. I wonder so last time we did a reading for them, it was at the BAFTA Awards that it was just such a different energy. Like Nicola Coughlan and Luke Newton didn't walk the red carpet together at all. He walked for the first time with Antonia, his now, girlfriend, confirmed. But it was weird because there just really wasn't much interaction at all, no photos of them together. And in the past, they were just inseparable. So I find it interesting that that's going on, and I do feel that this is coming from Antonia, Queen of Swords. I don't think that she appreciated, the closeness between Antonia and Nicola. I think she thought that it was just a little too much, a little over the top. So definitely she has been Queen of Swords, drawing the line, telling him, kinda what to do, what not to do. That's their relationship, whatever, but the Queen of Swords, it's not like I don't know. If you're having to do that, there could be something wrong already with the connection. I feel like you shouldn't have to really be the Queen of Swords in a good relationship. That's sort of something you do like after a breakup or if you've been hurt or if someone is not able to show up, you know, on their own. You have to like tell them what to do. Like that's not really great, right? So okay. So that's not looking too good. Okay, so that's what's going on between them. That's sort of the dominant energy. Antonia's kind of running the show, and Queen of Swords, she's definitely told Luke what she wants from him and what she also does not want him to do. And it definitely involves press and PR and appearances and how to be around Nicola. Okay, so Luke Newton and Nicola Coughlin, they're current and near future. What's going on for them currently? After the BAFTAs were a little bit awkward. I wonder what happened there. But what's going on for them now? How are they feeling? The lovers card. Oh my God. A choice in love. We always get this energy for them. There's still a will we ever or won't we? And I do think that Antonia, if she's in Queen of Swords energy, a woman's intuition is very strong. Maybe she is in the Queen of Swords energy because she can tell, because she feels it. And with the lovers card here, that kind of makes sense. So she's picking up on something. There's a reason. I think she just needs to get out of there. But yeah, so there's a lovers card energy. Will they or won't they? A choice to make in love. So it's still on the table in some way, but let's see. What about the near future? What choice will be made, allegedly? The Nine of Wands, no choice will be made. This is always what we get. It's just like they don't ever take the next step to make it real. And the Nine of Wands, this is just kind of sitting back, wanting a cycle to end for a new cycle to begin, but this is not moving forward. It's like we're just gonna see. I'm just gonna see how this goes. Like there's no sense of urgency here. So again, this is more of like a spiritual lesson, I feel like, because if this was meant to be, I think it would have already happened. But I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't want to shoot anybody's dreams down. Everybody has free will. And there's definitely something here. It's just neither of them are willing to be the one to take that step. And we do have, he has a girlfriend. So there's that. Okay. And then last one, let's see. Is there any possibility of them together in the future romantically? Nicola Coughlin, Luke Newton. Let's see. Is there a possibility of them in the more far-flung future being together romantically? Let's see. The Tower. Oh my God. Well, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, this is a no. I think that they are going to have some sort of blowout type of conversation where I do think they're going to put it on the table. I do think they're going to talk about it. And I think it's going to be like, let me get a clarifier. The Tower. That's like a major moment where things fall apart. Four of Cups. Yeah. Sadness, disappointment, feeling a loss of stability emotionally with that person. I think that right now, the reason that they don't push it is because I do think that they have a good, professional respect, a good friendship. It's complicated now because they both are in relationships with other people. And there was some, flirtation, some chemistry there between them. I think that in the future, there is going to be some sort of situation that comes up where there's a tower moment between them. So this could be maybe one of them actually confessing their feelings and the other one getting upset and saying, why didn't you tell me this when I was single? Like there's some sort of intense conversation or incident of sorts that leads to things just kind of coming to a head and like a little breakdown and Four of Cups. So I mean, there's some energy here. I'll say that. And we will continue to check back in with them. That's more in the far future. So we'll see. Oh my God. Crazy. Okay. Let me get a little sip here. Oh my God, Claire Cardi. Yay, Claire. I'm so happy that you're here. How are you? How is Ireland? I was just thinking about you the other day, and I was like, "Where is she?" I'm so happy to see you here. Mm, mm, mm. Okay, let's see. What do we have? Tanya formulated the question. Okay, Tanya says his name is Lando Norris. He has a rumored girlfriend, and I just wanted to know if they're really officially together or is it just PR? Her name is Margarita Corsiero. His birthday is November 13th. So he should be a Scorpio. Oh my God. Tanya, not only is he a Scorpio, but he is a four energy Scorpio, just like Diddy. Now, I'm not saying he has Diddy vibes or anything, because not all four energy Scorpios are Diddyified, but I don't know. I think that all early Scorpios are a little bit pressed right now. Like there's some karmic stuff happening. And of course, it just depends on like what you do, who you are. But the fact that it's coming out now and this is like a conversation, I don't know. It could be PR. Let's just pull some cards. I don't know. It could be PR though, because right now Scorpios are having to kind of stay on their toes with PR. Look at rumored Scorpio rising Taylor Swift. She's found herself embroiled in some BS, right? She did not show up to the AMAs tonight, by the way, and I definitely think it's because Taylor knows when to hold back and when to move forward. She's a genius when it comes to that stuff. So, yeah, I actually was not surprised because I just was like, she's been through so much lately. I feel like she's gonna let it die down more. She just sort of knows what to do. So, okay, Lando Norris and Margarita. What is the nature of their connection? Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. King of Swords. Okay. Yep. So people with four energy are a little bit more rigid just in general. They tend to have a lot of like self control. Sometimes they can be controlling of others as well. Just kind of depends on where they're at, in their life and how like evolved they are. But this King of Swords is definitely someone who has a sharp intellect, a sharp wit, and someone who draws boundaries. This is not someone that it's easy to get close to. I don't know anything about this guy really, so it's just like a blind reading. But I would venture to say that he is he can be a difficult person. Yeah. He doesn't suffer fools and people know where he stands. And this is definitely somebody who, yeah, it's harder to really get close to them. It's harder to get to know them. They may have a charm about them that could be a superficial charm, but when it comes down to it, um, is it easy to get to their heart? Probably not. Probably takes a lot of time. Okay, so let's see what else. Anything else about his connection with his rumored girlfriend? Allegedly, for entertainment purposes only. The Knight of Wands. Okay. Well, Beth knows what this means. And so do the rest of us. If you guys are new here, wands, it's like a thing that we've, a little inside joke we've had for a while on the channel where we call people like a wand boy if they're like, just have a lot of like people that they date, if you know what I mean, because the wands are associated with passion. And, they also have a little bit of visual symbolism to them. So for him to be a Knight of Wands, an F1 driver, a Knight of Wands, and a King of Swords, I'm going to say no, like he might be dating her, but I don't think it's anything serious. So I would not be surprised if the PR was just like pumping it up a little bit, maybe to help him in some way, like help his image, maybe as a Scorpio. Um, with for energy, he could also be going through a little PR stuff behind the scenes that isn't great. And having like a spicy new relationship could give people something else to talk about that's more positive. So yeah, I don't think that he's ready to settle down though. With the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Wands and the King of Swords, he definitely has a lot of boundaries. Like I don't see this as like her staying the night to and then waking up in the morning and having breakfast. It's more just like a spicy fling. Okay. Let me know what you think on that since you know who this guy is. Does that sound right to you? Is that something that resonates with his energy? Okay, let's see. Claire likes to change in his music. Nice. Jennifer says something has always been not quite right with Luke and Antonia. I agree with you. They just don't seem to be like genuinely happy when they're together. Like in photos and videos, he doesn't seem really happy. She seems uncomfortable. Yeah, I don't know, you can just kinda tell the energy feels off. I agree with you. Doesn't she have a boyfriend? Hmm, who? I don't know, we've done a couple readings now. I'm like, "Where are we? Which reading are we on?" Gunyar says Tower is very hard. Oh god, it is. It is a tough card. It's about major changes, but changes that have needed to happen, so it can be a good thing if things have needed to happen and they haven't been. The Tower can actually be a relief because the star, which is healing and shining bright, comes after the Tower. Um, so maybe it needs to happen. Maybe they need to have this conversation and put it out on the table. It does seem like there's a lot of tension behind the scenes. This is giving this season that they played, it's almost the same. Oh my god. Well, sometimes, life imitates art. Hmm, could that be what's going on? That's an interesting point that you made there. Okay, Gunyar says, "Look at Nick and Jake, please, the current energy." Yeah, yeah, let's do it. I forgot to pull it on them. Nick and Jake. What is the current energy between Nicola Coughlan and her boyfriend, Jake? We do not see them together a whole ton, but maybe they're just not big on, PR photos. What's going on with them? Oh, allegedly. Seven of Wands, competition. Hmm, interesting. I don't know if this is Jake sensing the competition for Nicola's time and affection, or if this is them being separated and Bo is spending time with a lot of other people. That could be, I don't know. There's a lot of other people around both of them, is what I'm getting. Seven of Wands. This is like conflict. I don't love this. What else for them? Knight of Pentacles, but it's a slow and steady wins the race energy. Okay, hold on. So I take this back because our clarifier as the Knight of Pentacles, this resonates with Nicola's, all of her Earth sign energy. She has a lot of Capricorn, a lot of Taurus. So this slow and steady, like building something over time that lasts for the long haul. This is a relationship built on solid ground. So this is not like one little disagreement and they're going to break up. This is like two people who started off as great friends. They truly are able to like have a deep connection, and this is like, I don't know, it's like the long haul. This is going to be a thing for a while, maybe forever. The Seven of Wands, though, this is actually talking about the people around them. So, okay, they are solid. I don't think that this is actually affecting them, but I do think that there are a lot of people around them who speculate about them, who talk about them. This could also include Luke Newton. I mean, this could include, their friends and family, the tabloids, people they work with. People are, I just got goosebumps. So confirmation. People are very interested in their relationship. So I would say to them, if either of them were watching the channel right now, I would tell them to continue to keep their relationship private, because this is a whole lot of headache, a whole lot of mess, a lot of people who are trying to get to them. And with that Knight of Pentacles energy, like, they don't need all that. Like, their relationship is really good and solid. Just, like, don't let anything come in between you guys is what I would say. So, wow, that is an intense energy. I was not expecting that. So I hope that answered your question, Gunyar. Okay, let's see. Okay, Jennifer says that it's speculative that Nick has a boyfriend. Never been confirmed. Okay, interesting. Many think that she and Jake are just friends. Well, we do have a solid energy there. I think that they are in a relationship, but I think they're very private. But that's just my opinion. Okay, let's see. Start with some tall guy. Jennifer says Jake's new series is coming out in June about the life of a transgender girl. Oh, interesting. Okay, so he will definitely be in the public more, I'm sure, when that comes out. So that just makes sense that there's even more speculation around him. Um, Interesting. Scott Ray said, "I heard Trump was taking a jab at Taylor too." Yes, yes, he did. He posted something like, "Ever since, like, isn't it funny how ever since, like I don't know, ever since I said that about Taylor, like I stopped liking her or something, that or that she said something about me. I don't know, it was something petty. Like, ever since I said something about Taylor, isn't it funny that she's not hot anymore or something?" Just like child, like, so rude, so childish. Yeah, we've never had a president say things like that. before. It's weird. It's so undignified. And he better, by the way, he needs to be very careful because he has a lot of Gemini placements, but he also has his natal Uranus in Gemini. And he's about to be having his Uranus return, which is a time of surprise. That is going to be happening while Mars is opposite his rising sign and Pluto as well. Or no, sorry, Mars is in his rising sign and Pluto's opposite Mars because Pluto is opposite his rising sign with Uranus on his sun sign and midheaven. Long story short, what that translates to is he needs to be very careful because there could be something shocking or surprising that happens that he either does that people do not like, which I think already there are a lot of people who don't like the stuff he's doing. Um, but that indicates some sort of shock and surprise. It could also be like an event that happens for him that is like not positive. So I don't know. He has some weird astrology going on. So it's sort of like he needs to chill out and I don't know. I don't know, guys. More than that. But that's not what this tea time is about. This tea time is about fun and fancy free gossip. Trying to not take it political because this is my outlet to have fun. And I hope yours too. Okay, so let's see. But thank you, Scott. That was a really good point that you brought up. TJ says he's also having his Saturn return. Wait, who? Who is he? Oh, wait, Trump? Trump or Luke? Or both? Okay, Tanya says, I came late. Did you guys do a reading for the rumor that Selena sent a text to Hailey Bieber? No, we didn't. Let's do it. Tanya, that's such a good one. Should we end on that one? Juan Boy, Penny says, isn't it fun to say? Juan Boy, Juan Boy. Um, let's pull one. Yeah, let's pull one for that. And then we'll wrap it up just because we've been on here for like an hour and a half. I mean, time flies when we're just spilling the tea together. I'm going to try to get in bed early tonight after writing down my manifestations and filming a Patreon. So check out the Patreon later, you guys, if you're interested in that. All right. So let's see. This was a weird one. Supposedly, rumor has it that after Justin did that post about Hailey Bieber on the cover of Vogue that we already pulled some cards for last time, rumor has it that Selena reached out directly to Hailey. And then there was a blind item that said that Hailey then called all of her friends. So what I heard it was like a DM, but whatever. It could have been either thing. I heard that she had sent her a DM and then she posted something on her stories like you are worth, like something about like self-worth or something, and like you know who you are. And people were speculating that it was like a little hidden message trying to encourage Hailey Bieber. And supposedly Hailey Bieber reached out to the Jenners and had Kylie come over. I didn't even know she was that good of friends with Kylie, but I had Kylie come over and she was asking her like what she should do about the whole situation, and like kind of how to handle the PR of it all. And that she never responded to Selena. So I don't know. That is such a crazy rumor. How would people even find that out? Let's pull some cards and see. TJ says, yeah, Trump. Oh my God. He's also having his Saturn return right now. I'm going to make a Patreon about it. I have to. And oh, by the way, you guys, I also saw that a lot of y'all are still subscribed to the members channel here. So you guys are still paying for it. I feel so bad. I saw that and I was like, oh my God. So if there is a group of you that's just really wants to do members only and doesn't want to move over to Patreon for whatever reason, I get it. Maybe you just don't like going to an extra app or it's too much technology stuff to mess with. I totally get it. So I am going to start uploading videos onto the members only again because I feel so bad. I just happened to check the back end the other day and I thought that everybody had gotten off of that to go to Patreon, but there's still people there. So I'll have to do something special for y'all because you guys have been supporting me this whole time and I appreciate that so, so much. And y'all should be getting something for that. So, okay, stay tuned for that. All right. Gemini season. See, it's all the communication, it's all becoming clear right now. Gemini new moon vibes. All right. So let's see. Delighted to make the live. I'm on my second cold this month and I put my back out 2 weeks ago. Claire, I'm so sorry. May is not the month for me. Wet and dreary in Ireland this week. You look great. I'm loving all this love to you. Oh my God, Claire, we are all sending you a big hug. Everybody send Claire a hug. Thank you, Claire. You're so sweet. And just so you know, because if I remember correctly, Claire, you're a Virgo as well. Um, it's going to be getting so much better for us. Like literally today forward. Saturn's in a better placement for us. All the mutable signs are getting their glow up. So yeah, it must have been hitting you hard before, and I'm so glad you could make it here too. But it's going to get better. So much better. Okay, Claire? Ugh, I'm sorry. That sounds like a nightmare. I remember a few months ago, I went through that where I was sick and then sick again. I like could not knock my cold. It was the worst. I'm so sorry. It's so frustrating. And then you're back on top of that. Ugh, sending you love, Claire. You got this. Rest up. Okay. So back to the Selena and Haley of it all. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Let's start at the top. Did Selena Gomez actually send Haley Bieber a comforting text reaching out to her? Did that even happen? Text or DM? Did that really happen? Two of Wands. Looking to the future with the whole world in your hands. I'm going to say yes, because this card is like planning. And when you're holding the world in your hands, like emotionally, this is like having a global perspective. So this would be like Selena Gomez feeling like, oh, I just got goosebumps. Confirmation. Like I see things now from like a bird's eye view. It's like she's now moved on with her life, her relationship, although it's been under some speculation as well. I definitely don't think that Selena still wants to be with Justin. I think that has been established. So we know that for a fact. She's been able to move on. And now that the hurt and that time of her life has passed, she sees things from a different perspective and she has more maturity. So she's able to look back and really see like what she went through when she was with Justin and um, how unhealthy that was. And some of the behaviors that she's noticing in Justin now, how those behaviors back then when she was the one with him, how that affected her. And so I do think that she's able to have a lot of genuine empathy for Haley. So this is a yes. I mean, I think that's really nice. I mean, this is a yes energy. I think that she genuinely felt like concerned and like, I hope that she's okay because I remember how that felt. And I hope that she really values herself. And I hope she knows that like it can be better if she needs to leave the situation, like, there are people that are going to support her. And it was like genuine coming from a good place because Selena has definitely healed that part of her heart. So that's actually really lovely. I think that's so nice. Okay, that's good. So then did Haley actually end up responding to Selena Gomez? Allegedly, for entertainment purposes only, of course. Did Haley respond to Selena Gomez? Hmm. Over breakfast. Ooh, Claire starting a brand new day. Love it. That's fun that you're joining us with your breakfast. I love it. Are you having any pastries that you made? I'm like, tell us about the pastries. Okay. Haley, let's see. Did she respond? Okay, we're gonna take both the cards. They definitely wanted to come out together. Ooh, all right. We have the Judgment card. Hello, Major Arcana, Intensity, and the Magician card, Intensity again. Okay. Haley, as we know, is just now entering into her Saturn return era that just started. And really the kickoff, like right before it happened, when she was sort of waking up to what she was going to be learning, happened right around the time of that post when Saturn was at the anaretic degree of Pisces, funnily enough, with Justin Bieber hitting a high point in his Saturn return. So it's a lot. There's been a lot of energy in that household, I'll say. And I do hope that they're both okay because it's a lot for them to go through. But the Judgment card is about her feeling judged. I don't think that she is in the place right now to be able to receive a message like this from Selena. When like I don't know. It's like sometimes people will be well-meaning and they will try to like give you advice or like help you. And if you're not in a good place to hear it, or if you're not ready to accept it, or if your self-esteem isn't in a good place, like you can take it the wrong way. That's what this is. It's like she took it the wrong way. Kind of like, oh, like, thanks, but like we're fine. I'm happy. It kind of triggered her ego. And with her natal Saturn in Aries, that is one of the life lessons that you have to work through. Anybody with Saturn in a fire sign, um, one of the themes is working through ego. And like, so yeah, so it's Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. There are different themes within that, but the main thing is ego in some way. You're working through it. You have to find your identity. You have to strengthen your own identity if you have Saturn in a fire sign. So for her, yeah, it's sorta like that was just sort of the one thing that triggered her even more, which is also gonna be part of her healing. But yeah, it was very unpleasant. I think she was super upset by it, judgment energy. She felt judged by Selena, even though that was not the intention. And, the magician card, she wanted to call I do think she called her friends to come over because she was trying to figure out how can I spin this magician-wise, and not really for the press. Um, like, yes, for the press a little bit because it did end up leaking, and this was from Crazy Days and Nights, that, podcast that's like blind items that's been around forever. He said that it leaked from one of the many people that she had called because apparently she was, like, calling a bunch of people to talk to them about this and ask for their advice, and so maybe one of those people wasn't as good of a friend with her and leaked the information to the press, which is really horrible. But this is also wanting to do damage control directly with Selena. Like, what do I say to her to regain the upper hand? It's giving ego. It's like she wasn't in her heart to be able to receive it and say like, "Thank you," you know what I mean? It was more like, what do I say? Like, how do I respond to this? Like, I don't want her to think that this is what's happening. Or like, why does she think that it was not good. It was not good. Has she responded yet? Or what has she said? I feel like she has not responded. Has she responded yet? Or what has she said? Allegedly for entertainment purposes. This is Haley responding to Selena. Best Friend of the Year awards, 6 of Wands. Okay. Woo. I think that if she hasn't responded yet, she's going to respond. I think that she just needed to get her magician vibes going. She needed to craft the perfect answer. But Best Friend of the Year awards, this is her wanting to come across as a friend. I don't think that she genuinely feels that. I think that she would like to feel that, but I don't think she's there yet. But after this Saturn return, I think she'll be able to be in that place. It's part of the healing journey. No judgment there. But this is like saying the perfect, like having the perfect response of like, thank you so much for your concern. Like, I really appreciate you. And I hope that you're doing well also. Thank you for always having my back. Or like something that's just like the PR friend answer, because, like, wanting to come across and project, like, friendship and, like, not opening up, like, not receiving it, very image conscious. So I think that's how that kinda went down. But, I think it was a nice gesture that Selena tried, and people are gonna come to things in their own time, right? So, there you go. Well, guys, that is all the tea I have for tonight. Thank you so much for joining me for this, like, impromptu live podcast episode. You guys are the best. And I hope that this Gemini New Moon with Jupiter present there and the good vibes continuing into tomorrow. I hope that, and for you, Claire, I guess that would be today for you. I hope that we all manifest our goals and dreams. Let's use the Mercury and Gemini energy to focus on what we want. And let's use the Saturn and Aries to get out of our comfort zones. And like I said at the beginning of this stream, send that email, have that conversation, invite that person out to lunch, um, send your resume out, do that thing, whatever that is, and really do it today or tomorrow because the vibes are just so good, and let it unfold with the new moon. So, okay, you guys, I'm sending everybody so much love, and I hope that you just get everything that you dream of because you deserve it. All right. I love y'all. Thanks for being here. Thanks, Penny. Yes. Have a great week. Bye, guys.